Fez Show. Someone's going to the big-ass prize closet here at 106.7 WJFK. Tickets to see Sammy Hagar in concert with Leonard Skinner together at the Nissan Pavilion Tuesday, July 29th. Now, tickets are on sale at all Ticketmaster outlets and at the Nissan Pavilion website, nissanpavilion.com. Harry Elvis is the judge of our contest, so you can pick up a pair of tickets, talking about what were those little weird ways you tried to earn money as a kid. You couldn't get a normal job, so you had a little kid business.
What a crazy night it is out there tonight, too, Fezzy, with the storm and lightning. What's worse than a lightning storm?
It's really freaky.
I'd rather be in the snow. That's how disgusting a lightning storm is. And when you have flash flood warnings, Fezzy always gets nervous since he grew up in such low-lying areas.
Our house got flooded out so many times when I was a kid. I mean, where we just had to throw everything out.
His parents, when you would go to Fez's house, and this is a true story, all the furniture was always on paint cans.
You don't have to tell all the true stories.
Even on a dry day, everything was up on paint cans.
Yes, we got a little flood shy. You never knew when the torrential rains were going to come and wash the crops away.
All right, who's the leader right now, Harry?
So far, it's John, who organized the refugees to panhandle for him while he was in Beirut.
All right, here is Carl.
All right, odd little kid job.
Carl, you're on Fez.
Well, hey there. First, I wanted to say this is also Cheese Face and give a shout-out to Mr. Twister and M. Steels and I Got a Fever and all those who are helping behind the scenes. My story is... I pimped my girlfriend.
How old were you at the time?
15.
And now, did she actually have sex with the other guys?
It was a one-time only thing.
All right, how much money did you get for her?
I'm embarrassed to tell you, it was 25. And we had run away to Mexico and left our car parked in the United States side. And when coming back to customs, they thought I was a Mexican, and they were going to call up and see runaway alert. So we just ran out of the police station with them on our heels and jumped in the first cab we could. So we ran out of the money we had, and then we hitched a ride. The guy took us up to San Antonio and made us an offer. Well, there we were in San Antonio, totally broke, didn't know where we were going to stay, what the hell we were going to do. Now, we just discussed it for a little while, and we said, you know, we really don't have much other choice, do we? And he says, I guess we kind of don't. So.
Was it just with the one guy, the driver?
It was the driver, the guy who picked us up. She was hot. She was a go-go dancer and real good looking and all that. So
she was 15 too?
What?
How old was she?
She was probably 15 and I was 16. Is probably more like it.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah, of course it is.
Did she come back to you and you start trying to wipe off her makeup like she was Demi Moore and wipe away her tears?
Yeah, we set up shop. No, that gave us our seed money, and we were able to survive for a few more weeks.
Literally seed money.
Now, did you keep bringing up to it? Or do you want to go bang another taxi driver?
No, it was a one-time only deal just to get ourselves going.
And you never brought it back up again?
I can't recall.
I would bring it up every argument. It would come back up. Even if she got that money from my medicine.
We didn't last all that much longer. Another year before we broke up.
Yeah.
I would have pointed it out every game San Antonio played in the finals.
Discussed it together. We were kind of over a barrel.
All right, what do you think, Harry?
Well, Carl, the thing is, you know, it's supposed to be something creative you did as a little kid.
Come on, it works. Carl's in the lead. Come on.
All right.
It's dramatic, but not creative. I'll give you that.
I think it's very creative.
Are you saying no to this?
I'm thinking no because, you know, it was a circumstance of one time. It's not like he did it to be creative and find a business out of it. He could have.
I cannot understand you. I'm sorry, Carl.
All right, so John's still in the lead.
Mark, you're on Run and Fez.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Go ahead, buddy.
Okay, well, I got kind of an interesting way. When I was 12 or 13, you know, about 6th or 7th grade, my older brother was about 6 years older than me, and I went to a private school. Everyone was kind of dull. I got away with selling pranks. For instance, like, you know, if people wanted to get their older brother or sister in trouble, something like that, go through their room.
What is this, dirty work with your hero, Harry?
Norm MacDonald.
The great Norm MacDonald. If you were Dennis the Menace, I would give it to you, but, I mean, I just don't think it's that good, Mark.
Oh, man, okay.
All right, here's Mike. Mike, you're on the air.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Mike, what have you got for us?
Well, in elementary school, we used to buy penny candy from the penny store and then mark it up to like 20 cents, 25 cents. Made a ton of money to the hungry kids.
Yeah, I remember in Catholic school, people would always be trying to sell candy on the sly.
I think people did too much of that at my school, so I'm going to say, you know.
I bet they saw you coming, Shubsy Ubsy.
Oh, yeah. Hershey alert, Hershey alert.
So sorry, Mike, no candy.
Here is no candy.
Yeah, we're not giving them candy. We're giving them tickets to Leonard Skinner and Sammy Hagar.
Here's Jeff. Jeff, you're running Fez.
Jeff Ray.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, when I was like 7 or 8, me and my friends, we used to catch grasshoppers and crickets, and then we would stick pins in them until they stopped moving, and then we would spray paint the crickets and like shoelaces, silver or gold, and then we would glue the bugs to the shoelaces and then sell them to the younger kids as like necklaces.
What do you think?
Gross.
It seems so.
That's what I think.
It seems so like white trash, awful that you would be selling these.
This is back to the paint cans, isn't it?
Hey, I was like 7 or 8 years old.
You're asking for what people, the odd things they did as kids, and now you're saying it sounds like white trash. You Armenian, you should one day want to be white trash.
He aspires.
Sorry, Jeff, but no.
Wow.
Here's Jack. Jack, you're on Running Fez.
Hey, Jack.
Hey, guys, what's happening?
Hey, buddy.
Go ahead, pal.
First of all, about the candy, a true hustler sold.
I'm sorry, you're cutting in and out on us. What was that?
They're killing all Jolly Ranchers.
Made a killing on Jolly Ranchers.
That seems very similar to the whole penny candy thing, so sorry, Jack.
Yeah.
Here is
He knew that going in.
Francis.
Hi, how you doing today, guys?
I know what you did. You stole a bike.
Yeah.
Tried to sell it.
That dude is freaky.
Take it easy, Francis.
I was the youngest of 5. I got 3 sisters and a brother, and you know, I'm always like a clean type of dude, and you know, I always had my room straight, you know, sharing my side, and I cleaned up like my sisters and my older brother their rooms and stuff for money. And then eventually that caused me to, you know, go over to my friend's house, and, you know, their rooms would be messy, and their parents would always be, like, commending me on my, you know, my style and things like that. And
so you were a maid, basically.
Yeah. Well, you know, now I'm into landscaping, and, you know, that's really helped me a lot, you know.
He took his tidiness and made it work for him, Mary Elvis. What do you think?
It sounds like he stole that from a Brady Bunch episode. Sorry, Francis.
No,
What Brady Bunch episode was that?
The one where he had to be the slave to he lost the bet and he had to be a slave.
He wasn't a slave. He was going over and acting like a maid for people.
Yeah, but I didn't think it was that creative.
Here is
What a rough judge.
Here's Lisa. Lisa, you're on the Fez.
Hey, Lisa.
Hi, how are you?
Good. What can we do for you tonight?
Well, I was just trying to win those tickets.
How did you make your kid money?
Well, it started in high school. I worked in the biology department, and we had snakes in there. And they would go to the pet shop and buy mice to feed to the snakes. And I kind of took a couple mice home to save them from the snakes, and I ended up breeding mice and selling them back to the pet shop, which eventually, as I got older, I ended up working for the same pet shop. But I'd only sell the male mice back to the pet shop.
And now she is the leading mice exporter in the Western Hemisphere.
I used to sell my baby hamsters to the pet shop.
And what would they do with them?
They'd sell them themselves. They'd resell them.
Oh, so they weren't
resell them, right?
making them into food like this lady.
Oh, no, not like Nutty Lisa.
What I like about Lisa is that she took these mice, raised them, and had, you know, just watched them grow up from birth and had no problem feeding them to snakes later on. There was no Sophie's Choice or anything where you were concerned at all. So I'm going to put Lisa in the lead.
Oh, cool.
Lisa, you and your mouse business are in the lead.
All right, let's just take a couple more calls here. Here's Mark. Mark, you're on Fez.
Hey, Mark, go ahead, buddy.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yes, we can. You go ahead.
Okay. When we were about 13, 14, I grew up in New Jersey, and we used to go crabbing, and we had seining nets, and we used to take them to the local golf course and seine the golf balls out and sell them back to the golfers for 50 cents.
What do you think of that one?
Sorry, Ted Knight, but no.
Hey, Fezzy, you know my friend Vincey? He had a driving range.
Yeah?
And he used to pay his younger sister and her friends money to go out and get the balls while the guys were hitting. He didn't have one of those scoop things. and they used to wear hard hats. And the guys would either hit balls at these little girls that were like 13, 14, or else some guy would just be going, I am not driving. And then he'd be going, you can't reach. You know, he'd be trying to tell the guy.
Sure.
And the guy's going, they're 170 yards away. I could hit him with a 9-iron, you idiot. And it was the funniest thing. And me and my other friends, we would just go there and drink beer and bet on who would get hit with a golf ball.
Fun about hard hats.
What do you think of that, Harry?
I'd say it would be a winner, but since you're part of, technically part of the show, you can't really win.
Technically. This show's named after me and my partner. It's not a technical situation.
There's nothing technical about it, you maniac.
You know, I want to talk to Ray Wagner about you. I'm wondering if you have the desire to be here.
My guess would be no.
Here's Kim. Kim, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Kim.
Hey, guys.
Go
you
ahead.
guys, I was a total hustler when I was growing up. I was about 9
So
years
hot.
old. I ran a casino out of my basement. I had roulette going, blackjack, and I ran a weekly poker game. Then I was totally hustling the kids in the neighborhood, all the older kids. I was a total ringer. I would have them think that they were teaching me how to play chess. I would cream them all. I was selling marked up school supplies. I was running a protection racket because I was a tough chick. And a lot of the other, girls who were getting picked on and stuff would pay me money and I would give them protection. It was unbelievable.
All right, what do you do for a living now?
I'm a lawyer.
Ah! All right, what do you think of the casino, protection racket, everything else?
A bookie at 9. I love it. Kim, you're in the lead.
Awesome.
All right, Kim, you are in the lead for the Leonard Skinner, Sammy Hagar tickets coming to the Nissan Pavilion.
All right, let's just take a couple more of these. John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, John.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, I used to, back when I was maybe 13 or 14, some kids asked me if I knew how to get a hold of LSD, and I sold them magazine strips and sprayed it with hairspray so it would taste bad, and to save face in front of their friends, they said they got messed up off it and kept buying it off me.
Sorry, John. We had a similar thing with oregano that didn't go anywhere, man.
Lisa.
Yes, that Kim hustler was not telling the truth. 9 years old? You don't know about cards.
She sounded authentic to me. She knew what the racket was
If
going.
she wasn't hustling
All right,
then, she's
listen to
hustling
mine.
now.
All right. It wasn't a big moneymaker, but it was hilarious. Every Thursday, my friend Jenny and I would stalk the paper boy and attack him and take all his money.
Not so much creative as awful. You just beat up
it was funny. We would go from house to house, and he always knew we were somewhere. We tied him to a tree one time.
Right, they would roll the paper boy.
Yeah.
No, Lisa, sorry.
No.
Mike.
Ron, Fez, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Mike.
When I was around 11 or 12 years old, I used to live off over by Andrews Air Force Base. And one day, my next-door neighbor, who was a sergeant, offered me a nice little proposition to provide a sample for him of number one, you would say. And he gave me $20. So I took the $20 and I bought a bunch of crap. And my dad asked me where I got the money from later on. And, being young, not thinking anything about it, I told him the whole story. So he goes over and has a chat with my next-door neighbor. 2 days later, my next-door neighbor comes up, hands me a nice $50 bill, and tells me to get ready to make the easiest money I've ever made in my life. For 6 or 7 more times, I just gave this guy a sample.
He's selling.
And then dad went and marked up your urine, which I think is terrific.
Exactly. $50 a shot. You know what that's like to a 12-year-old?
Oh, yeah, it's the best.
All right, he's literally a sales whiz.
I just like the idea that you had your number one in the freezer. But
No, I didn't freeze it.
No, where did you get that from?
He never said freezer.
Well, I thought that's where you keep it if you're doing an efficient enough job at it. But I'm gonna put it.
You can't freeze that.
You take a cup and you whiz into it. Why would you freeze it?
No, but
Yeah,
you keep
needed
it.
I did.
Yeah, you can't take it in there frozen.
Well, I thought that's
What is it, a whiz-sickle stick that you're inviting here? What is is he in or not?
No, I'm sticking with Kim, the 9-year-old.
Then why go and make up a whole another live? Let's take one more call because Harry doesn't know what he's doing.
I like the kid selling his whiz.
Me too. I thought maybe at the end he opened up the whiz chain. I'm the whiz. Greg, you're going to be our last caller tonight.
Greg,
What's going on, guys?
Can you unseat Kim? Go ahead, give us your story.
And
When I was in elementary school, I'm Armenian, and my mom would always give me weird food to eat for lunch compared to everyone else. And the one thing that was a big hit with all my friends was the Armenian pizza called La Mejun. And so I
know it well.
First I ended up just trading, sandwiches and stuff for it. But finally, I started to sell it off, auction it off to the highest bidder, and I was making like $3 or $4 a pop. And I'd bring it every day to lunch. That's all I'd eat for like 2 years straight. That's all I brought to lunch. And I would eat. Most of the time I wouldn't even eat. I'd just take the money.
Greg, it sounds amazingly creative to me. I'm gonna put you in the lead. You're the winner.
Thank you.
All right, Greg, who sold Armenian pizza.
That's genius.
To the kids at school. He's going to see Leonard Skinner, Sammy Hagar together at the Nissan Pavilion Tuesday, July 29th. Tickets are on sale at all Ticketmaster outlets and at NissanPavilion.com.
So all we have to say is Armenian and to win around here.
No, it's just coincidence. It's coincidence.
That's the phrase that pays.
That's more interesting to you. A guy who sells pizza more than a guy who sells his own whiz, or a little girl who runs a casino.
I thought it was creative.
Or the guy who picked up snails, a penny a piece.
Try to go anywhere in this country and not see pizza slices for sale.
But Armenian pizzas? You can't find those everywhere.
There's a reason they're not as good. Ray Wagner, come on in here.
And if it's so great, why don't you ever bring in any Armenian pizza for us?
You're going to run out and get me a regular slice tonight.
All right.
And no Armenian. You better not spit on it. Or wipe it on your butt cheeks.
That's not how we make Armenian pizza. That's not at all.
It's an all-family ass recipe.
First of all, let me go to this. Joe, you're on Run of Fez?
Hey, Joe.
Hey.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good.
Kind of shocked you told me you was going to get after the break. Harry Elvis, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
You there?
I'm here. I'm listening.
Selling those homes. Your dad selling those homes, buying them and fixing them up, and you can only buy so many, and he's putting them a few in your name so he can buy them?
No, he's not putting a few in my name. There was one that he put in my name.
One's enough.
Shut up and let the man tell the story.
Thank you. Can I talk, please? These are HUD homes. It's a federal law that you cannot do that, and the penalty is, I'm not kidding you, it's a year in jail or a $250,000 fine. Because those are for investment purposes only, and that's the reason why HUD and the federal government has limited those to. What your dad's going to do is, you only sold one, right? I mean, only one under your, it's like saying, well, I only killed one person. I'm not going to go to jail for that. Dude, your dad's setting you up for a big fall.
It's entirely legal. We went through our lawyers.
Totally
yes, it
legal.
is. Yes, if it wasn't legal, we wouldn't do it.
Ooh, you in trouble?
You're in trouble.
It's your dad's business, not yours.
You don't own a home.
Hey, Harry, let me ask you something else. Since it was under your name, and obviously your dad made a profit, or I should say, you made a profit, who's going to declare that on their income tax? Your dad or you?
That I'm not sure about. That's the finances are handled by my accountant.
Taking you for a ride. Hey, guys, I'll get off the line and listen.
Thank you
your
very
dad's
much.
taking you for a ride here.
Give us a number where we can report somebody.
And here's the thing that kills me. Oh, your dad's so against this country.
Yeah.
He reads Turkish newspapers. Oh, Bush, he's a butcher. He's the terrorist. Oh, these Americans are greedy. And yet here he is taking advantage of the system.
Running a HUD scam.
It's not a scam.
You're standing there with your broken headphones. What do you mean it's not a scam? You're a puppet in the middle of this deal.
I said it when you came in here with that lame-ass excuse that this was a grift.
It's not a grift. It's totally legal. If there was anything illegal about it, my father wouldn't be doing it. He's
Your
not
father is an Armenian Harry Anderson.
Harry Elvis, Harry Anderson. And you wonder why I call 911 all the time.
Call now. This is an emergency. There's somebody running a HUD scam.
If I knew a number to call to report a HUD scam, I swear I would do it.
And remember the last time he told us about they had illegal immigrants living in the cellar.
Right, yeah. They had illegal immigrants living in the basement.
Which you didn't know, Fez? There was 140 of them in this tiny little cellar.
Oh, nice.
There was one gentleman, and we didn't know he was an illegal immigrant. We had no idea.
Yes, you do.
No, we
Nobody
did not.
else would live in that joint.
Was he doing any work for you and you weren't paying taxes on that?
No. My family pays taxes. We don't do anything
to our country
illegal.
or to Turkey?
No, we live here. We don't live in Turkey. There's no...
How many drachmas he's sending over?
How many other scams is your name on? Why are you signing your names of these things?
Because
you're going to do a year in prison.
I'm helping.
I hope so, because you're going to be the chubby guy that's crying the first night of Shawshank.
And we'll be betting that you hang yourself.
I love my mommy.
It's entirely legal. There's nothing illegal about it.
You know what? I'd like to send you back to an Armenian prison so you understand how tough it is.
I was only trying to help my family, and that's there's nothing illegal about it. We went through our lawyers. There's nothing illegal about it.
I like, getting something for nothing as much as anybody. But I couldn't live the way your father does, where it's a day-to-day existence, wondering, all right, is my son going to be able to bring home the leftover pizza so I can run that dinner grift I've been doing on Ron and Fez? Are the feds going to find out about this HUD scam that's going on? I couldn't live like that. I got to be an honest person.
And he's selling fish out of his trunk. And then
to school children.
Here's Julia. Julia, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Julia.
Hey,
give me
Ron
that.
Says it is illegal, and it's called flipping. And that is a term that HUD uses, flipping the houses, because you don't hold on to them. And there was a big bust on these landlords in Baltimore who are buying these low-income houses up, and they were supposed to be used. The houses were supposed to be sold to low-income families in Baltimore. It was just a couple of years ago. And these guys got major jail time. So what he's doing is illegal. It's immoral and it's wrong. And I don't care if his father hates his country or not. If he hates it, get the hell out.
He does not hate this country. He loves this country.
You told us every day.
I've never said that.
He reads the Turkish papers.
Harry, you know something? If you love this country, you don't do stuff that's against the law.
You don't start flipping.
I mean, that's just it. If you love this country, you live within the law.
Here's the thing. There's certain limits. We didn't pass those limits.
You know what I hate, too, is he's not, he hates this country. He's running a scam, and it's a HUD scam. Housing and Urban Development. You're taking advantage of low-income families.
No, that's the funny part.
I'm sorry. I didn't get the
funny
joke.
Part.
You're not at all taking advantage of those families. Those houses
The welfare families are being punked.
No, they're not.
That's exactly what's happening.
Yes,
shame on you.
We're not
shame on you and your father.
Now, who would get more jail time, the father for running the scam, or would it be Harry because his name's all over it?
It's Harry.
I think they're both equally.
His dad, Mr. Big, as he calls himself.
If y'all have been following,
Don't you point that gun at my daddy.
Jamal in Washington, who's been charging these exorbitant prices and jacking out the real estate.
Yeah, sure.
It's one of those deals.
Sure it is.
They buy these low-income properties and then they jack the properties up like 1,000%.
That's
not what we're doing.
Like, we're going to believe you, nice guy, Harry. We understand what you're up to. All right, thanks a lot, Julia. Thanks for teaching us about flipping.
I appreciate it.
All right, Ray Wagner, this is why he's late tonight.
Because, if you told me that it was something illegal, I definitely would have said that.
It's not at all illegal.
I don't understand why it couldn't have been done.
What's going on with his car?
He also has some kind of a scam he was trying to tell me about registering his car, which takes 2 different states and 3 trips to the DMV.
No,
I don't even understand it.
It's my grandfather's car. I'm helping him register.
But didn't you guys white out the name on the title or something like that and try to pass that off as a title?
There was a problem with the title where my mom purchased the car for my grandfather, and the guy who had written it up had put it there by mistake. He put my mother's name.
His dad sold a 69 Malibu with 2,000 miles on it. I don't know how they rigged that thing. They whited out.
He's cracking odometers.
He whited out the odometer. He didn't even crack it. He put black paint on it, then whited it out, then wrote in 2,000. What the hell goes on, you gypsies? It's a gypsy family.
I can't believe I couldn't be like this where everything is a scam.
No, open up his coat. There's a rooster in there that he's shoved down there.
From reselling expired milk to this HUD scam, I couldn't be this way.
Where's the expired milk coming from? Everything we do is legit. There's nothing illegal about anything we do.
You're flipping houses.
You're not flipping houses. If that was my father knows the...
Joe, you're on Run and Fez.
Hey, Joe, go ahead. Joe, you there, buddy?
All right, Joe was going to report you, and I wish you would.
Oh, good. Oh, Joe.
He can try, but
866-277-4969 is the number.
All right, so we found out we're involved in a HUD scam.
I don't want any guilt by association. I'd rather turn you in now, get the government reward from Crime Stoppers or whatever. Isn't it like if you put in the anonymous tip, you can get money from Crime Stoppers?
You know what? I'd do it just for the furniture.
No, it's not that. My father wanted me to have good credit, and that's why while he's doing this, he thought he would help out my credit. You? Yes, he would help out my credit because if I have a house and we're getting, we're fixing it up.
What do you need credit for?
Just in the future, in case I want to buy my own house.
You have a house. You have a HUD home.
Here you go. Good night, Harry.
What my money?
Taking them off, Bowles. Taking them off. You're going to go to Shawshank Redemption.
I hope so.
I do, too. And I hope they rape you over and over for as unfunny as you've been on the air tonight.
There's nothing illegal about it.
I hope you show a little more passion in that shower than you've shown on this show tonight.
Wait till you're in the big house and they finally get a set of man-teats to play with.
You're part of the Armenian Mafia. All right, we're going to take a break and then we're going to come back and bust Harry. It's the Ron and Fez Show.